prepare the way. Let me tell you something. John the Baptist is a symbol of the church.
Ooh, Jesus. Because there was a nation desperate for the coming of the Messiah. Amen. And in 2012, there's a world that is desperate for the coming Messiah.
Yes.
But you know what? He's going to come whether you shout out or you don't shout out. He's going to come whether you like it or not. But the church is going to prepare the way. There's not a lot of people that want to say Christ is on his way. But when you understand the reason why you were called, then you are able to understand where you are going and where God is taking you. And it's here that we understand that the enemy, even though he does not know what God is going to do, since you have been called, he knows that you're going to do something powerful in the Lord. And we can see throughout the Bible that there were men who God, when he calls them, even though the enemy does not know what God is going to do, the enemy knows that he's going to do something. We see it in the case of Adam. Adam, God delegated to him that he was going to be the senior power of the earth. He was supposed to put names on the animals. He was supposed to be fruitful and multiply. And the enemy knew what God was going to do. He knew that God was going to do something through Adam. And to mess up what Adam was going to accomplish, he rises up against Adam, Abraham, Joseph, Moses, Samson, Saul, David, and Solomon, Elijah, and Peter are all examples of men who God called. And as soon as God calls them with a supernatural and powerful commission, the enemy starts to try to make them fall. But no matter what the enemy does, when you are called by God, there are promises that keeps him away. When you are called, there are promises that keeps the enemy guessing. What are these promises, preacher? When you go to Romans chapter 8 and verse 28, it says, and we know that those who love God, all things work together for good. That is, those who according to his purpose are called. And verse 31 says, what shall we say of this? If God be for us, who can be against us? Verse 37 says, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 13. Because you have been called to be free. And I'm going to detain myself for a moment here, because it's something that God has put in my spirit. If